especially you've been paying attention so far. I know you've had a lot to see, a lot to learn, and a lot to experience firsthand. So, are we excited about what we have in store for you today? Are you looking forward to it? You don't seem to be energetic, especially this week. With the most energetic is the where has the energy gone? They are coming. All right. So today we'll be starting off again with your Python training session. How many of you are liking Python already? I guess some of you are having this Python. But then the one you are so excited about, you have to find people. You can't do it without Python. Should be. Or will you program your people without Python? It's not possible now. So you have to like Python by fire by force. Is that okay? So I'm just going to encourage you because some of you going to be your first time programming. So you need to pay rapt attention. You're going to get something from the Python class. Python is not, when you're learning to program for the first time, it's not something you just put in your head and say, to become some print and then you put it in brackets. I tell you, forget that there's a double quote, and then you run it, and now you start seeing errors, and then you start getting confused. I be like, Python is that. That was because you're not paying attention. You forgot double quote. And this is computer, it doesn't have sense. Some of you think computers have sense. No, they don't have sense like that. The moment you make a mistake in your syntax, the computer doesn't understand what you're saying again. Are you getting that? So instead of using a full stop, you put comma, the computer sees it as error, and your program stops working. And then you like just a comma or just a full stop, your thing is not working again. I hope you're getting that. So that is how programming is. Sometimes when you're debugging for 3 days, you just find out that you forgot full stop somewhere, and that was the only error in your program. So please, it's your first time, you want to pay rapt attention. You want to make sure you try everything that it does on the screen. Hope you are following me. Don't let any cell, you call this thing cell, right? The cells on the Jupyter notebook, don't let any of the cells skip your mind. Those of you that are complaining, I hope you're following me. This is how you can get something from the Python class. Every line of code, make sure you run it yourself. That is how you make sure you have it. And I hope you saved your work yesterday. How many of you saved your Jupyter notebook yesterday? How many of you saved your Jupyter notebook yesterday, or everything has disappeared?
It's automatically auto-saved.
It does auto-save. All right, so you are lucky. Thank God for Jupyter. So I'm going to be handing over to Mr. Damilare Harishe, our able Python instructor. Can we clap our hands?
It's not okay. Hello. 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 Oh, sorry. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Are we fine? Are we fine? There's no light, so we are not fine. All right. So I was hearing us saying we are not happy, like we are not excited that we learned Python yesterday. What's the matter now? I thought we were all happy that we were programming. Eh? How many of us did the assignment?
There's one there.
I gave assignment yesterday, 2 assignments. I gave the calculator and the USSD code. Which one did you do? Jesus. Over here, who did the assignment over here? Okay, they did the assignment. So this is the principle. I will not move on until you do the assignment. Yes. I will not move on until you do the assignment. Wow. So I said we should do a calculator using your if-else statement. That was clear enough, right? And I said we should do a USSD code too, so that whenever someone dials *31 anything, hash, then it drops that landing page for you. So it's so simple now. Okay, at least I should have 2 persons that did the assignment. Number 1, first person, number 1. Oh, I have 3. I have 4. I'm fine. Yeah, let me come and see it. Let me see. Let me see your own. All right, yeah, run this lesson. Okay, good. Yeah. I know it's much. Yeah, also the calculator. Okay, you chose one. You
Move the mic now. Like someone's buying it.
Okay. Shape 3 wants to be correct. Okay. Okay. Don't compare yourself with Idon. Idon is the real Idon. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Calculator, right? All right. Yeah, run it. Let's see. Oh, you did it on Tony.
Yes.
Jupyter notebook is not okay. So if you don't want to use Jupyter again, you can start using your Tony instead. It's the same editor. Okay. You did the other one too. Can we clap for her? Oh, yeah, anybody? Who else? Okay, still okay. You did it, Abby. Nobody here. Were you around yesterday? You're not around yesterday. I know somebody's around yesterday, around in this place. Somebody's around. You were around. Where is the assignment? Imagine. Anybody here? Anybody here? This place? Coded. Okay. Nobody. You people. Hello, Sumba Tedele. Yeah. Okay, I'm starting your computer. So what you have. Okay, so calculator. Did you do that off? 4 plus 5 is equals to. Yes, great. So what of the other one? The M10 Oh, great. This is where you stop. You know you can still continue. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? So my name is Mr. Dami or Dami. Do you understand? Dami. Shogbomi. Dami, not is from
Okay, sorry. This is the
Okay, this how did you, if you want to press minus, if it is subtraction, addition, yeah, so what will you do? Okay. Does the user? Okay, you're even using function already. Don't worry. Great work. Okay, nobody here. All right. Anybody else? Nobody else. It's okay. it's not connected.
I'll wait for this one.
All right. Okay. Nice job from so many of us. Then as for those that did not do their own, you are doing yourself new. It's not in my hands again. Do you understand? There's something about Python. Python is very easy, very simple. Yes, very simple. But you have to practice. If you leave Python, Python leaves you. Who still remembers our chemistry? Once you leave chemistry, chemistry will leave you. So that's how it is. Once you leave Python, Python leaves you. So you must keep practicing. Do we understand? Do we understand? Who is promising me that they'll keep practicing Python? You don't? Yes. Please keep practicing Python. It's simple. It's very simple. It's a language. You know, I said yesterday that it's a language. So you must keep speaking that language. If you don't speak it, you will not know it. Do you understand? So let's do a recap of what we did yesterday. Let's just use our assignment for that. I want us to follow me. I want us to follow me. So these guys connect me. Please hold on. Let me just do this connection. Mr. Daniel. So please, let's hold on for those online. So those online would follow us. But yesterday I introduced us to Python. What are those things that we spoke about yesterday? Who can say remind me? We spoke about what? So integer, strings, and all of that. They are under what? Data types. Is it correct? They are under data types. Then later, what do we still talk about? Variables. Talk about Python variables. What are Python variables? They are just like what? They are a container. It's the only one in this class. But it's active. It's active. So variables are like a container. What are those things that are? What are those things that are used alongside variables? The variable name and what? The variable name, the value, and what? The assignment operator. Is that clear? The variable name, the equal to sign, that's the assignment operator, and the value. Then we spoke about what again? Python operators. So we talked about the arithmetic operator, where I introduced it to another type of operator. Aside your plus, minus, and times, we saw modulus, and we saw what? Floor division and double asterisk. Double asterisk is raised to power. Is that clear? We also talked about arithmetic operator, assignment operator. Did you see that you use increment later on in this class, in the robotics, the microcontroller class, when we were using Tony? We later used increments. So that's part of the assignment operator, increments, the increments, decrement, or equal, or the normal equal to that we know. Then we have comparison operator again. We spoke about that yesterday. Equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, and the likes. Then logical operator, and, or, and not. So I believe that is clear. So far yesterday, is there any question from anybody? Any question from anybody? Who is having a question? What's your question? So there's no question from anybody. You have a question? All right, let me hear you.
Recording in progress.
No, they are just an operator. Yeah, they are an operator. They are not data types. You get it? So this is it. Python understands those signs as an arithmetic operator. Do we get? But that plus sign, when you use plus sign with a string, so those signs that you see, those arithmetic operators, once you put them in a quote, they become a string. Do you understand? They become a string data type. Sorry. But when you're using plus sign, most especially with two strings, then it means that you are doing what? You are adding something together. That's the way Python sees it. Python sees it as an addition operator. Do you understand? If you still use that same, if you use multiplication asterisk, for instance, now, and you use asterisk with a string, for instance, let us check one of our notes, and I'm coming, let's see. So let's go to our notes. Let me go to where my arithmetic operators are. So if I am creating a new cell, what's the shortcut? What's the shortcut over here? I'm creating a new cell, B. Good. So let's look at something like this. I'm doing print. Print hello. Print hello. 3 times. I want you to do it. Hello, hello, hello. Together. Do you understand? Then I can use my asterisk and 3. So hold on, please. If you have this on your screen, you can run it. Are we all seeing the screen? I'll zoom it now. Hold on. So let me zoom this guy. Can we see it now? Are we good with this? All right, so look at it now. Once I do something like this, hello times 3, and I run this guy, do you see what's happening? Hello, hello, hello. So Python just understands them as an operator, arithmetic operator. Do you understand? I can't just come here and do divide hello by 3. It will obviously throw me an error. Let's see. It's throwing an error because you cannot divide a string by 3, right? You can't divide text by 3 now. I can't say divide hello by 3. Do you understand? So Python is seeing all those arithmetic signs, all these operators. It's seeing them, all these arithmetic operators. It's seeing them as normal, our mathematics, normal arithmetic operator in our mathematics. So they are not a data type in specific. They are just an operator. Do you understand? So if I want to make them a data type, then I'll put it, I can put that A now and put it into a string, something like this. A. So Python does not see this guy as A again. It sees it as a string, a normal text. Is that clear? So even if I run this guy like this, it just prints A for me. That's all. Let us check the data type. How do we check the data type yesterday? Type now. So type. C, type. So can we see? It's from a class what? String. Is that clear? Can we move on? Any other question? Any other question? No question. So let's move on. I said, I'm sorry. I'm looking for a way. Okay. I'm looking for a way to make sure this guy is well, because it's as if. Please hold on a bit. Okay. All right, let's do the correction to the assignment now. Let's just do that of calculator so that every other person that was not here yesterday would learn. B. So I want to do a calculator, Abi. Right? So what are those things I need to do? What are those things I need? Number one, I need what? The input from the user, right? Two values. Since we want to collect, do an arithmetic or division or whatever, we need two values from the user, right? So let's say value one is equal to input, user input. Naturally, input is what? Is what data type? We're not talking about. Let's all now. Spain. Eh? Oh yeah, now. Naturally, input is what? Is a string. So then I need to convert it to what? Since I'm working with a calculator, so I need to convert it to what? An integer. So I'm converting it to an integer like this. INT. Are we good? So I want to collect value 2 the same way. So I don't want to type. I want to just do copy and paste. Copy this guy, paste it, and edit 2. And your second value. So is this fine? Is this fine now? So if I run this guy, I can collect first value, I can collect second value, but I need to use those values. So what are the next thing I need to do? I need to come here. Now I said because we want to make it elaborate, want to make like something like a model of the calculator, something like a calculator where the user can, okay, I want to do addition, I want to do subtraction, I want to do multiplication. Do you understand? So we need our if-else statement, our conditional statement. Abi? So let's make something simple. Let's do print. So I want to tell my user so that my user should have an idea of what I'm doing. So I'll tell my user, just like our USSD code that you need to press 1 if you are going for an option, Abi. So I'll say 1, addition. So if you are pressing 1, you are performing an addition operation for you. So I can do this. Let me continue if I give us any hints. 2, subtraction, Abi. Subtraction. 3. What's this guy? 3, multiplication. So let's do this 3 for now. Or let's do division. Let's do that of division too. 4. Division. I believe everybody is following. Please, if you don't understand, call me back. So I can print this guy. Let me see what I have. We did this the other time. So it's now printing 1, addition, 2, subtraction, 3, multiplication, 4, division. Do you understand? Is that clear? So, but I want, there's what called escape characters in Python. So I have to use one of them. One of them, it works like as if I'm pressing enter key on my keyboard. So I want this guy to not just be like this. I want them to be in a vertical, just like USSD on our phone now. Do you understand? So I can do something like this. Your backslash, where's backslash on this guy? Backslash n. Are we seeing it? Are we seeing this? \n. I'm using \n on every one of them. So Python understands that whenever you use backslash and n between two strings, do you understand? It's taking it to the next line. So let's see what will happen there. Let me reload it. Input my first value, input my second value. Do we see what happened? Do we see it? Is it a magic? No. Yeah, let's try it now, everybody. Try it on your own, let's see. Once you try it and you are done, just let me know. Are we done? Should I continue? So if you are done, just say done, done, done. Did not do anything, I say done. Come and done it. Imagine. Over here, done. They are not done there. They are not done. So let me wait just 1 minute. The done is done. Next. Next. If you're having any problem, just raise up your hand. If you are encountering error or anything. I can continue, right? Sam. Error. All right. So if you are encountering error, just raise up your hand. There shouldn't be any error.
He wants to get the
notebook. It's on the WhatsApp group. Are you on the WhatsApp group? So when you get it into your system, go to your file explorer. Your file explorer, opening your player. You couldn't open the Jupyter, but you're running it here. Or is it running? Is it working?
This one, huh?
Okay. So let's expand this guy so that you see the. Okay, you have the notes too alongside. So this guy that you are doing, once you are done with one line of code, you don't need again, you can comment it. How do you comment? Because you're on this notebook, you just need to come and add hash here.
Ash.
Yes, but it to be short, you can do control hash, control and hash and 3. Control and 3 is the shortcut on this guy. Do you understand? On Jupyter notebook, the shortcut is control and this backslash.
Control backslash.
Yeah,
But it's control
and 3.
hash.
And yeah. So you've commented. You know what comment does now? It puts an end to that one. It's not work. It's not wrong. Yeah. So do the same thing for this guy. You don't want this guy to run. You understand? So you did not write the first statement, the input. The input, I wrote value 1 is equal to, do that one. So when you do that, yeah. So it's not forward slash. It's a backslash. So delete this slash. Yeah. So change. Okay. Is this your file explorer? So you take the file and come to your C. You see this place. Where is your one loaded? Your Jupyter notebook. Yeah. Do you see this environment? This environment that I'm seeing is the same thing as this guy. Where's your file? It's the same thing as this guy. When you come to your C, you go to your user. Where is user? User. This part you are seeing, this place you are seeing is the same thing as this one. Do you understand? So you can go and drop. You can go and drop your guy there, the notes. Drop it. So yeah, in the file explorer. Then you open the notes on that place. Do you understand? I will drop it here, yes. But for now, before you do that, you can just create a new note. So don't show us anything. So to create a new note, you come here, click on new, then Python. You understand? So you can just do that one on this one for now. Go back to work. Any other person? Let's get it. Yeah, uncle. Fine. Should I? Are we good here? All right, let's continue. So everybody should have this now, right? So what's the next thing I want to do? I want to ask my user now. If you press 1, do you understand? If you press 1, then do an addition operation for me. Do you understand? So what is the next thing I need to get? I need to get what my user wants, right? Then I'm using another what? Input. Do you get? I need a variable using another input, right? So I'll come here and ask my user. Let us use the variable name as user. I'll say user equal to input. What do you want? What option do you want? I can just say your option. Your option. Tell me your option. Do you understand? Is that clear? So can I write my conditional statement now? Okay. Yes. Thank you for that question. Thank you. Naturally, input is what? A string, right? Input is a string. So when I'm collecting something from a user, especially numbers like this, I might still decide, since I'm not using the user number to perform an arithmetic operator. Sure, understand? I just want you to tell me your option. Then I can just leave it like that and do it like this. If the option that my user wants to input is equal to string of 1, do you see? I can do it like this. Or I come to this guy, change this guy, convert this guy back to an integer. Do you understand? Convert this guy back to an integer, then do like this. If my user is 1, any of the two, you are good. Which one should we use? Any of the two will work. So I can decide to use this guy like this, and I can decide not to convert my user to an integer. But what I'm expecting is that I need to convert this guy to what? A string. Do you understand? Is this clear? Is this clear? All right. So we are back to this guy now. So if my user option is 1, then do what for me? Perform what? Addition for me, right? Then what will I do? I'll just say results. I can create a variable. I can do like this. Result is equals to what? Value what? Value 1. Do you understand? Plus value 2. Then I can print to my user, your answer is, or we can make it more, can make it good by doing something like this. Do we still remember this F string? F string, I'll do, I can do something like this. Value 1 plus, no, this is a string now. Value 2. Is this too much? I've scattered our brain, have you? Let us run it and see. Yeah, I'll continue. Let us run this and see. So my value 1 is what? 12 plus 12. What do you want to do? 1. So it's throwing me an error. Value not defined. I didn't put 1. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that was what. Value 1. So let's run it again. 12 plus 12. I'm performing an addition operation. Then it's telling me what? 12 plus 12 is equals to 24. What did I do? I used F string. Then whenever I'm using a variable, I put it into a curly bracket when I'm using F string. So the variable plus the variable 1 plus variable 2, value 1 plus value 2 is equals to result variable. Is this clear enough? Okay. Yeah, F string is another concatenating method. I taught us two concatenating methods yesterday now. Abi, using the addition or the F string. If you use the addition, then you need to be doing conversion. Let us use addition instead of F string here. Let me comment this guy. If I should use addition, I'll say print. You see how stressful addition will be for me. Print. That addition is concatenating method. Concatenating method using addition. Print, I'll do something like this. How to say value 1 of it. So this is value 1. Value 1. But value 1 is an integer. I cannot add an integer and a string together. So I need to convert this value 1 to what? To a string. So I need to first convert this guy to a string. str. Do you understand? Then I can say join. Now this plus is doing the work of join here now. Do you understand? Join this with this. Don't forget that I want to get the result I want to get same result like this. I want to have something like this. I want to be able to print something like this using this addition. Then I'll have plus, a string plus. Then when you are done with this one, that is print value 1, print 12, for instance. Then print string plus this guy. Do you understand? Is this clear? Holy Ghost. It's clear. Then join it again with, you see that it's really crazy. Yeah. Then join it again with a string of value 2. Do you see? Then join it again with equal to. We want equal to 2 to be there. Equal to what? Join it again. Do you see how tedious it is? Do you see how tedious it is? You do not like it. So join it again with, what am I joining it with? The string of my result, Abi. So because I want to get something like this, I went through all this process. Do we see? So I need to first convert my value 1 to a string to be able to join it with another string of plus sign. Then add it again to value 2. I need to convert value 2 to string. Then join it again with what? An equal to sign. Shari gbogbo wàhálà tó ń give one. Then join it again with the string of my result. So if I run this guy now, I'll still have the same thing. Let me say 12, addition, operation. Then I'm having what? 12 plus 12 equals to 24. I still have the same answer. So you can decide to use either of this guy or you use this one. So which one are we going for? F string. Abi? F string is quite simple. Can we move on? All right. So what is the next thing? What is the next thing we need to do? The next option, 2, Abi, for subtraction. Are we following? So let's do 2 for subtraction. So this is my conditional statement. If user equals to 1. Now, since I'm having another condition, I'll use what? Elif. That is else. If my user is 2. So elif user equal to 2. Then do what for me? Then my result. I can just do something like this. Copy all of this guy and paste it under here. Then change this guy to what? Minus string minus. And that's all. Then I'm done with 2. Let's run 2 and see. 12 and 6. Option 2. I can have 12 minus 6 is equals to what? 6. My calculator is coming up small now. Abi? Is this clear enough? Should I continue? Should I continue? Should I continue? Many of us looks. Our look at all here. Okay. So should I continue now? Let's do the second option. Let me give this guy a little space. So the second option is what? Elif. My user is equal to 3. Right? Then if it's 3, 3 is what? Multiplication. What's the multiplication sign? Asterisk. Then here, since I just want to demonstrate it, I can use X, Abi. It's a string now, just to demonstrate it. Alpha. Let's do for the last option, division. Yes, you can use asterisk too. But it's not, this guy is not performing. This guy is just printing. This is just a normal print. It's not doing any operation. Abi. This is what is doing the operation. So that's why I just decided to put X in. So let's continue. Else. No, I still have one elif, Abi. That of division. User equals to 4. If my user is equals to 4, then do a division for me. View. And division is a forward slash. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? I'll come and check our work now. So when I'm done with all the options, we have some crazy users. They will just, since they see the option 1 to 4, they can try to go and press any other thing, right? So that's what our else will do. That else, if my user presses any other thing, aside 1, 2, 3, 4, then tell my user that what? Print invalid or something else. What should we tell the user? Invalid choice. Someone said choice. So let's see choice. Is this clear enough? So can we run this guy now? I should run it, Abi. So this is what I asked us to do. Is this simple? This is very simple, right? You know, this is simple. Over here, should I move on? So let me run this guy and let's see. My first value, 12, 12, and my second value is 3. I can decide to, okay, what operation do I want to do? We've done subtraction already. So let's do multiplication, 3. Then I have 12 times 3 is equals to 36. It's clean enough, right? So let's continue again. Let's rerun it. 12, 3. Let's do division, 4. I'm doing division. Then 12 divided by 3 is 4.04. I believe this is clear enough. Python programmers, is this clear enough? Then if we have crazy users, 12, 3, and the user saw that we have 1 to 4 option, but decided to press rubbish like this. We have what? Invalid choice. So this is it. Let me reduce it a bit so that everybody will see the whole work. It's too small. We started by receiving 2 inputs from the user's value 1 and value 2. We printed the option to the user. Then we ask the user to choose which of the option they want. Then we use our conditional statement. Should I come and check what we have? Imagine. All right. A good habit. Okay, you have your good. Not use my own discover. As long as you understand. Okay, good. It's clear, me. What's your? Are you good?
I have already put the first one.
Yeah.
Option.
Yeah. Choose any option. So why you say two is invalid choice?
Okay.
You commented the rest, so I'll comment it. Comment it. Over here. Are we good? Okay. You comment it now. You comment the results. You see that you've commented all the results. Check the commenting. These comments, you don't want it to show, that's why. So to uncomment, you press this place to comment. But you have to tag it in to be. This is the way this guy is. So replace this guy with all these ones that you've commented. So once you comment, it will not show because you've commented. So check out. Are we good here? I'm trying it. So let's try it. Okay, I'm still downloading, installing. So you did not put this is why it is train error. See, look at something. Here, you did not put this sign here. Do you see? And here, this guy is not well indented. It should be under, neatly under. So then this one too should be. Okay, let's take it back. Enter this one. But let me take this guy back. So you should be under themselves. It's not still well under. It should be under this guy. See. You see now. So repeat the same thing for the rest and you get your answer. Is it working? Okay, good. Your uncle. It's in store. You don't deal that. All right. Can we move on to? I didn't get to that place. This group will scatter you people today.
The most gentle group ever.
So does love.
They want so that you not talk that are not.
Are we good there? Okay. There's a way you can do it like that, but you not use the users. You will still use it first. If the user press plus, then you do. But this one you can. It's just me changing the addition to plus, and that's it's not. So where addition is a comma plus, and if your option C, I call the plus. Then when you're not using your if, you say if user is equals to plus string. So in the operation you put real plus. That's it. Okay. So I believe we are all done with this. I believe we are all done with this. So let's move to what we have today. Today, I want to talk about Python collections. Collections or array. So please, I need our attention. I need our attention. Please focus on me. Focus on me. Oh. Do we still remember what we said yesterday about? We talked about lists yesterday, right? Talked about lists, talked about tuple. I'm going to the market. I have a basket. I have a lot of items that I want to buy. Do you understand? So I'm putting all the items inside a list. Abi now. So it's either a list or an array. So for instance, look at this. I'll come back to the definition of list for you. But look at this. Food items. So I'm buying cassava, àgbàdo, gari. Do you see? So I'm buying all of these guys. This is one item. This is another item. This is another item. It's like this person likes cassava a lot. So that's another cassava. Inside what? A list. Do you understand? Do you remember that yesterday I said if you don't put anything, automatically Python sees it as what? Who still remembers? If you don't put anything, automatically Python sees it as what? Someone said the answer there. Tuple. So automatically Python puts, it's not an error. Look at it. Once I say just print food items for me now. Automatically Python puts what? This guy. Shetiri. So this normal parenthesis is called what? A tuple. So let's look at the definition of a list. Yesterday I was saying that most thing in Python is what? An object. Python is object oriented. So a list is an object. A list is like an object. You know what an object is? An object is anything that has what? A property and can perform a function. Can we repeat that? Something that has what? Over here, something that has a and can perform a function is what? Aside list is what? An object. Do you understand? So a list is an object. It has its properties and can perform what? Some functions. What are the properties of a list? Let us look at the definition. A list is a Python collection type that is number one, changeable. So I can decide to change the items. List will accept me. It will accept it. It is changeable. Number two, it is ordered. A list is ordered. A list is a kind of collection type that is ordered. What do I mean by ordered? Everybody look at the screen. Idon, you are talking. Look at the screen. A list is ordered. What do I mean by ordered? No matter how many times I keep printing it, it's still the same thing. Do you understand? Kodaru, kò gbé àgbàdo lọ síwájú, kò gbé cassava lọ sẹ́yìn. Ṣé you understand? Kò scatter, it's still the same thing. Where I put cassava in my code, that's where I'm still saying it. Do you understand? That's the meaning of it's ordered. Then it allows or accepts duplicate value. So that's why you say I can have 2 cassava. It's seeing that those cassava as different cassavas. It's not seeing it as just one cassava. Show you. Yeah. And it can be indexed. Now, what do I mean by indexed? What do I mean by index? Let's continue. You get to see what I mean by index. So I created a list of food items, and this is a list of food items: cassava, àgbàdo, gari, and cassava. See what I mean by indexed. So this is the way Python is counting. If you want to count each of these items, you say 1, Abi, 1, 2, 3, 4, Abi. But this is not the way Python is seeing it. Python is seeing it as what? 0. Do you understand? 0, 1, 2, 3. Do you understand? He's seeing this first item as what? 0. See the second one as 1. Don't forget. So what does index mean? Index means that, okay, I need to get the first item. I want to get the first item out. How do I get it? I'll just say index. So give me food item at index of. So this square bracket I'm using here is no longer working as a list again. No. It's working as an index. Index of 0. Once I say index of 0, it means I need what? The first item, cassava. Do you understand? So print, I said item 1 is equal to food items at index of 0. If I run this guy, I'm having what? Cassava. Do you understand? If I say give me item at index of 1, then I'm having what? Àgbàdo. Do you see? There's what we call negative index. I can decide to index this guy using negative index. I can say give me this guy at the index of -1. When I say -1, it means start from the back. Do you understand? Start from the back. But what's the last item here? It's still cassava. So print this guy for me. I still have cassava. Do you understand? Start counting it from the back. If I say -2, -2, what am I having? Gari. Is that clear enough? Is that clear enough? All right. Lastly, let us see another one. I can try to say, okay, slice it for me. Give me the first 2 items. Do you understand? Give me the what? First 2 items. How do I say that? So I'll say, give me the item from 0. Start from 0. Then I'm using this full column. Start from 0 to the first 2 items, Abi. So this is 0, 1. I need cassava and àgbàdo. But I'll say start from 0 to 2. Do you see now? It's brought out what? Cassava and àgbàdo. Is that clear? No, it's not clear. I said I want the first 2 items, Abi. So start from the first item, index 0, through to index 2. But when I put index 2, it will not print that of index 2. Do you understand? It will just print cassava and what? Àgbàdo, index 0 and index 1. Do you understand? So if I want Gary to show, then I'll change this guy to what? 3. Do you understand? Then I have this. Sorry. So are we good? What if I want only àgbàdo and Gary? What will I do? Someone should tell me that 1 and 3. So give me at index 1 and 3. Then I'm having what? Agbado and Gari. Do we see the way list is working? Is that clear? So those are the properties of list. It can be indexed, it can be changed. So we've not done changeable now. Let us do that of changeable and let's see. Let's do that of changeable. For instance, what do we want to change here? Let's change Gary to fried rice. Are we ready? Gary is at index of what? How many of us are going with 2? Gary is at index of 2. I say Python is seeing this guy as 0, 1, and 2. Do you understand? So I'll say change food items. Food underscore items. Change it to what? Change food items at index of what? 2. That's Gary. Change it to fried rice. Do we see that? Then print food items for me. Print food items for me. Is there Gary here again? We have fried rice. Is this clear? Is this clear enough? Good. So we have 2 methods of using any of the objects. I can try to use a list by using this guy, the square brackets. Do you understand? And I can also decide that I want to use the list constructor. Instead of square brackets, I want to use a list constructor. How do I use a list constructor? So let me cancel this guy and repeat it. This is it. I want it to be like this. Instead of doing this, so I want to have a list of scores. A list of scores. Instead of me using a square bracket like this, I can try to use the list constructor by saying list. I'll call list out. Do you understand? Open, because it's an object, I would add the parentheses. Then inside of the parentheses, add another parenthesis, then put my items. So I'm working with scores now. Score is an integer, Abi. Score is an integer. Then let's have score. Idon, what's your score? 20 over 100. Who else again? What's your own score? Five over 100. Richard, 100. 67. So we have these scores. Do you see? So in Python, you have options. In Tomato, we never know. Do we like this list constructor or the number square bracket? Number square bracket is quite easy, but there are occasions whereby you would need to use a list constructor, especially when you want to convert. You remember as you are converting from integer to string, string to integer. So you might decide to want to convert from a list to a what? A list to a tuple. Do you understand? So which one should we use? Should we use list constructor for now or square? Let's keep using list constructor here for score. So if I print the type of score now, you see that it's still what? A list. Do you understand? Sorry. So I said I want to get score. I want to get 5. For instance, I want to get 5 now. So the score 2, the score of the second person is what? Score at index of 1. Then I'm having what? 5. Is that clear? How to get the last person's score? The last person's score is what? -1 and be from the back. 67. You can see 67 from the back. How to slice, how to get the first 3-person score. 25 and 100. Is this clear? Is this clear enough? All right. So I guess I brought food items here again. I'm changing àgbàdo to corn. We understand all these ones now, Abi? So let's look at some of the functions that list has. Can everybody try this guy? Create a new cell. Let's create a new cell. Let's take one of the items that we have. Let's take food items, for instance. One of the variables we have, the list variables, food items. Are we seeing this? Food items. Sorry. Food items, do food items dots. You can only do this guy. What we want to do now, you can only do it on Jupyter Notebook. If you have any other extension, you can't do it too. You can only do it on Jupyter Notebook. I want to see all the functions. I want to see what a list can perform. So I'll just say dot tab. Do dot and tab. Food items dot and tab. You see the functions. If it's not showing, wait for it. How many of us is seen as? Our military, nobody is seen as. Okay. It's not showing. If it's not showing, forget about it. Is it showing now? It should show now. Just say food items dot, one dot and tab it. Except your food items is not a list, local. But if your food item is a list, then it should show. You did not use a list. And you did not use a food item is not a list. Food item must be a list first. So if you have what I'm having, then you see the functions. These are the functions that a list can perform. A list can append. What's append? Append means that you want to add to the list. Do you understand? I want to add another food item into the list. That's what append is. We have other functions like clear, copy, count, extend. But I'll just teach us the ones we need for this bootcamp. You can decide to go and learn the rest yourself. Do you understand? Do you understand? If you have Jupyter Notebook or your, let me give us another expo. If you have Jupyter Notebook on your system, if you are using Jupyter Notebook, that's why Jupyter Notebook is quite easy, because Jupyter Notebook is built extensively, unlike other editors. I can try to want to learn. I want to learn, okay, for instance, I want to learn what append is. I clicked on append, food.append, right? Right? Then put a question mark. Put a question mark. How to know what append will do. Do you understand? Put a question mark and run it. If you scroll down, let me expand this guy. Okay, it's not even giving me. It's not giving. It's just telling me what is it. Append what object to the end of the list. Do you understand? It's telling me what. It's telling me what it's doing. How many of us got that? Oh yeah, now. Let's try it. Let's try this guy. First, create a list of food items. Put something like this or change your food items. Before, if you don't have a list of food items, you can't do all this. Oh. All right. That's an expo for us that want to learn what those function does. Oops.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So let's look at it now. I want to add to that list. I want to add rice. I want to add rice to what I have in my list item. So let's run it. I said food items dot what? Append rice. Food items dot append rice. Then I want you to print me food items. Yesterday I said when you are using Jupyter Notebook, you can decide to put print and you can decide not to put it. But if you have any other editor, you need to put print. But this editor allows us to just write the variables and run. So you have this cassava, corn, fried rice, cassava, and rice. So it has added rice to the list. Is that clear enough? Let's look at another function. Dot remove. Remove corn. So remove this corn away from the list. So I want to remove corn. So food items dot remove corn. Abi? So can I run this guy? If I do food items dot remove corn, you can see that corn is no longer in the list. Are we following? Corn is no longer in the list. I can say food items dot clear. Once I say clear, that is clear everything. Delete everything that is inside the list. So if I run this guy, it has cleared the list. There's nothing again in the list. You see, it provides what an empty. You can see that it's an empty list. Do you understand? Is this clear? So let's work with an integer, a list of scores now. Let's work with a list of scores and let's see how it works. So with this list of scores, we'll look at some other functions again that list has. So I have score. Let me reload my score. In scores, I have over there. We are distracted. Though. We are busy talking. There. So I have scores. I have 20, 510, and 67. So I want to make the list arrange itself, sort itself in ascending order. Do you understand? Sort it for me in ascending order. I can just say the scores that is a list dot sort. Dot sort. Do you understand? So with scores dot sort, it sorts the score for me in ascending order. You see 5, 20, 67, 100. How many of us is getting that? All right. Let's look at another thing that sorts will do again. Inside of that sort, I can sort. Okay, sort is a kind of function. We'll soon get to functions now. We'll get to functions now, and you see the way we can create functions. We have two types of functions. We have what we call a parameterized function and we have unparameterized function. So what I mean by parameter is that there are some lists that there are some functions that when you call them, you can put something inside. Do you understand? For instance, if you look at remove. Remove is a function, but it's receiving something. It's receiving a parameter. And what is it receiving? Call, Abi, telling me that what do I want to remove? It's receiving something. List is different from clear. Look at clear. The parenthesis inside of clear is empty. There's nothing there. And it performs its function. It is unparameterized. Do you understand? But sort, look at sort. Sort can be unparameterized at first. That is, you are saying just sort. So at default, it sorts it what? In ascending order. Do you understand? But if I wanted to sort it what? In the other way, descending order, I would set the parameter reverse to what? True. I'll just come inside of sort, I'll put reverse equals to true. So once reverse is equals to true, I'll get my answer. It sorts it what? In the other way around. You can see 100 comes first, 67. Do you understand? Do you understand? Look at another thing that I want to do. Look at sum. I want to sum everything that is inside of that list. Mo fẹ́ add gbogbo score yẹn pọ̀. Do you understand? I want to add the whole scores together. I can just say sum. Sum. I'll just call sum. Sum scores. Once I say scores, sum scores, I have the sum of everything. So 100 plus 67 plus 20 plus 5 is what? 192. You see how easy it is? Very fast. I can try to say, okay, what's the minimum score? What's the lowest score in that list? What's the lowest score? Then I'll use the function mean. Mean of scores. Once I say mean of scores and I run it, it tells me that 5 is the what? Minimum score here. What is the maximum score? Max of scores. I have what? 100. Do you see how simple Python is? Can we move on? Or any question? Feel free to ask your question. Any question? Should we move on? Someone said no. What's happening? Why no? Why no? Why no? All right. Let's look at tuple. We've talked about lists. Let's look at tuple. Tuple is also an object. Tuple is not changeable. Do you understand? List is changeable, right? But the difference between list and tuple is that tuple is not changeable. You cannot change what is inside of tuple. Because tó bá ti bá wá, follow company. Once it is there, it's there. You cannot change it once you are using a tuple. But it is ordered, it accepts duplicate values, and it can also be indexed. Do we understand that? Do we understand that? Tuple does that. It is it is not changeable, but it is ordered, it has set duplicate value, it can also be indexed. So this is me working with tuple. I just use the what? Our normal brackets, the normal parentheses we have. That's tuple in Python. So now I have variables inside of this tuple: gold, diamond, silver, and silver. So I added silver again so that for you to understand that it accepts duplicate values. So print the type of variables. If I print type of variables, I'm having class tuple. Oops. Are we following? All right. So look at it now. I want to change variables at index of 2. What's variables at index of 2? Oh yeah, now. What's variables at index of 2 here? Silver. Silver is at index of 2. I have to change silver to dollars. Which one is more valuable between silver and dollars? Silver. So I'm changing silver to dollars. But it will not accept me. It will not allow me to do that. I'm saying values at index of 2 is equal to dollars. This bro will not allow me. It's telling me, look at the error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Do we get? You don't understand. I want to change silver to dollar. Silver is valuables at index of 2. I'm assigning dollar to it. Do we see that? But it will not allow me. Olimba. You cannot change me. That's tuple for you. But in Python, there's a way around it. Who can guess one way that we can use to change this guy? Who can guess? Just guess. Now I want to change it. We'll change it. Don't. We'll change it. Assuming I have a lot of like 10,000 items in that tuple, and I want to change one item that is at index of 999. What do you think I'll do? Thank you. Do you understand? Since I want to change it, I can convert it to what? A list, change it, then convert it back to what? A tuple. Can we do that? So let's do that now. So if I'm converting it to a list, B, valuables is a list. Let me say list underscore. I want to call another variable. List underscore valuable is equals to, I'm changing variables that is a tuple, I'm changing it to a list. Then I'll be using the list constructor. Do you understand? Lists. Then I'll put variables inside. Do we get? Then let's print out list of variables. Okay, list of variable. You can see that it has converted it to what? It has converted it to a list. Abi? Are we following at all? Are we good? Our face is scary. Is Python hard? It's not hard now. This is not hard. Say the truth. Eh? What happened? I want to see what's before it. So I'm trying to change the tuple, but it's not changing. Then I convert it back to what? To a list. Then when I converted it back to a list, I can successfully change this guy. I can change it now and say list of valuables, Abi. List of valuables at the index of 2 now. Change it to dollars. And print list of valuables back for me. So it's list of valuable I used. So you can see that it has changed silver back to dollars. Then I cannot convert it back to what? I can convert it back to a tuple, right? Since it was in a tuple before. So I can come back here and say valuables is equals to a tuple. So I'll be using a tuple constructor and say list underscore valuable then print valuables from me. You can see now that I have a tuple back. Is this clear enough? Clear. So this is it. Tuple in like change. That's tuple for you. It's not allow you. You cannot change me. So most of the time we use tuple for something that needs to be secured. Probably your details, user details. So it does not want you to change it. You cannot tell me, say, okay, change this guy, change your password at, assuming your password is at index of 1, change it at index of 1 to something else. It will not allow that. Do you understand? You will need to perform some other things before it changes. So one of the methods is what? Converting from tuple to a list. Then from a list, when you have a list, you can change a list. You've already converted a tuple to a list. Then you can do the changing in the list. Then when you are done changing the list, convert it back to what? Tuple. It's a simple method. And that's what we've done. So I created a new variable. I called it list underscore valuable. And I said equal to list of, so I converted, what I have before was valuables. So I said convert valuables now to a list. Remember the way we were converting string to integer, integer to string, same method. Then when you are done, I can now say, okay, list of valuables at index of 2, silver to change, you have to change it to dollars. Change silver to dollars. So when I have changed silver to dollars, I can now take my variable back. Valuables is equals to tuple. I'm converting the list now back to tuple. Tuple list of valuables. Is that clear enough? Is that clear enough? You cannot see it. Am I too fast? I'm too fast. Oops. I think I'm even slow. If I go slower than this, we'll not live here. So try to give me your full concentration. Try to concentrate. All right. Let's move on. Let us see the functions that a tuple can do too. How do I say we can check functions of tuple? of any object. Eh? No functions, to get the functions. For instance, I want to check the function of tuple. This guy is the variable is valuable. If I say valuables dot and tab, you will see it. Tuple just have few functions. It's only count and index that tuple has. Count and index. Those are the functions tí tuple ní. Nǹkan tí tuple lè ṣe nìyẹn. Kò dàbí list tó ní a lot of things. Tuple is just count and index. So what does count do? Count will just tell me, look at count here. It just count that item. How many times does that item occur in the tuple? Do you understand? So if I say count silver for me now, how many times is silver shown in the tuple here? So it's telling me once. So if you see the tuple is gold, diamond, dollars, and silver. So silver just occurred once in the tuple. Do you understand? Is this clear? So index, what does index? So index will tell me, okay, tell me what is the index of gold. That's what index is doing. So I say valuable.index gold. What is the index of gold? 0. So gold is at index of what? 0. Is that fine? So I gave us the note so that we'll be working together. Just run it in your notes, and that's fine. So that we'll move fast. It's not like you're also typing. That's why we sent the notes. Okay. Are we good? We are moving to another topic, another subtopic in Python. I guess we must finish Python today, Abby. We must finish Python today. We must finish it today. Let me check the. Okay. Let's look at another topic. This is called, we used this guy yesterday. How many of us remembered? Python loop. We used it yesterday when we were working with our microcontroller. So, we want to talk about Python loops. So Python loops, basically, it just enables us to iterate. When I mean iterate, like go over something, to and fro, just go over it all over again. Keep going over it all over again, like a circle. All right. So that's what loops does. The term there is iteration. You are iterating. You are going over something. So you are this is the definition. It basically enables iteration over a sequence or based on a condition. It is either it is iterating over a sequence. When I mean sequence, I'm talking about a list or a tuple or anything, even a string. And when I say based on condition, probably you wanted to keep doing something based on a condition. Yesterday we used one of the type of loop. We use while loop. We have two basic type of loop, while loop and for loop. Those are the two basic type of loop that we have in Python. While loop. So while loop works based on a condition. Once there is a condition and the condition is right, then while loop works. Note, or what's that in? Is it notice or what's that in that they used to warning? While loop is a very dangerous tool in Python. While loop is very dangerous. So whenever you are using while loop, you need to be very careful. If not so, your system might go. So while loop is very dangerous. I'm not saying this to scare you. Let's look at it. But you just have to be very careful. We used it yesterday already now, and it worked fine. But actually, Jupyter Notebook helps us to curve those things. Jupyter Notebook, it helps us to curve those things. Let's look at the reason why I said it is dangerous. So this is while loop. While loop, it enables iteration as long as the condition is true. As long as the condition is true. As long as I have money in my pocket and I have food in my stomach, I am happy. So I'll be happy. I'll keep on being happy as long as I have money and food in my stomach. Do you understand? Do we get this now? Like today now, I've not eaten, so I don't think I'm happy. How many of us have eaten this morning? You've not eaten like me this morning. Okay. You guys are much already. I wanted to take you guys out, but don't worry. Let it watch. So we have while loop. Let's look at the way while loop works. I have a condition or a variable first. X is equals to 1. Do you understand? That's it. The constant x is equals to 1. And I said, y x is less than or equals to 10. Print, I love SQI. 1, I love SQI. I love SQI. As long as x is less than or equal to 10. So once this condition is met, then it keeps doing that. Do you understand? It keeps going. It keeps going. Note, there must be something that must alter the condition. If not so, it will keep printing I love SQI for life until your system crashes. Do you understand? So we need something that must alter that condition. That's where our increment comes in. Do you see the increment here? X plus equals to 1. So it means that when it goes the first time, I love SQL, it prints 1. X, it adds 1 to X. I mean, X becomes 2. It will print I love SQL 2. Go again. I love SQL 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when it is going to go and print 11, then it comes back to the condition. It does not meet the condition, then it stops. Do you understand? So let's run this guy now and see. You can see, I love SQI. All right. If you want to try what I want to try now, make sure your mouse is on this guy. It's on this stop button. If you want to try what I want to try now, but if you like yourself, don't try it. So if you remove this increment and you run this code, it will keep printing. You see how many times that's printed. So I need to keep pressing this guy to interrupt it. So let's look at it now. See you. Just within a second that I ran that code, see how many times it has printed I love SQI. Do you see? That's the reason why you need to add what? Your increment. Your increment helps it to what? Alter the condition. Either increment or decrement, anyone. It helps it to what? Alter the condition. So let's move forward. That's while loop for you. Let's look at another example. I guess most of JavaScript students used to do this guy, but I don't think I did it the way they used to do theirs. All those 99 bottles or something. Do we know all those kind of things? 99 is a song. 99 bottles of beer, take one, pass, and blah, blah, blah. But look at what while loop did here. My bottle of Coke is 10. I have 10 bottles of Coke. These people are gentle, so I want to share 10 bottles of Coke to them. So I said, why my bottle of Coke is greater than or equals to 1. Do we see this? Why my bottle of Coke is greater than or equals to 1. I want you to keep printing, take 1 bottle of Coke and pass it to the next person. But before I print that, firstly, go and decrease my bottle of Coke. Do you understand? Remove 1 from the bottle of Coke. So it will print, take 1 bottle of Coke and pass to the next person. Then I have the amount of bottles left. Do we see? So let's print this guy. You can see now. Take 1 bottle of Coke and pass it to the next person. 9 bottles left. Take 1 bottle of Coke, pass to the next person. 8 bottles left. Till we have 0 bottle. So once we have 0 bottle, then there's no Coke again. Do we see that? Do you see the way while loop is working? That's while loop for you. As long as the condition is true. Let's see this one. This is why true. We used why true yesterday. Hello, why true. We kept printing the signal. Either it's pull up or pull down. We just kept printing it. Abi? So it's performing the operation, it just keep performing. Our light is just on it. Because our code is on what? A white true. White true means just keep doing this guy forever. There's no condition. I'm not putting any condition. Just keep printing it. Anything you put on that white true, keep doing it forever. Do you understand? But we need something to break it, Abi, to stop it from not working. That's why I have my if statement under it. I'm saying x is equals to 0. Keep printing x and be adding 1 to x. But if x is equals to 20, break. That's a break statement. Now, once x is equals to 20 already, then break. Sure, you understand? Is that clear? So if we run this guy, I'll have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 20. But once it gets to 20, it breaks. It breaks. Do you understand? You don't understand? I said we are using why true. Why true? Why true? Why true is a forever loop. Anything you put on that why true keeps doing it forever. That is, you just want it to be doing, there's no condition. So if I remove this statement I have here, it will just keep printing X for me. If I run this guy now, it will keep printing X for me forever. You see, until I come and interrupt it. If I don't interrupt this guy, forget about it. It's not even interrupting. You see that it's quite dangerous. But Jupyter Notebook helps handles it. Once it gets to a number that it does not want to stop, it breaks automatically. It gets to probably 100 million or thereabouts. It breaks. It breaks. But this guy is not breaking. It's still going. So it has break. It has. Let's go and check the guy. Look at it. It's just adding 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You see the value I have. I'm even tired of scrolling. So see. So there's something I want to show us. Okay, you see the keyboard. I was the one that interrupted it. This guy did not interrupt it himself. But you can see what while loop does. It's not even up to 30 seconds. That's counted it to up to this amount. So if I want a value like this and I want it to be in a list, I want something like this to be in a list. What do you think I'll do? As it's looping, I can be appending into a list. Machine loop, I'll just be appending. Let's do something like that. So do we see how dangerous it is? So that's while loop for you. It's doing it forever. So there's no condition that is stopping it. So the only condition I can use to stop it is by using my if else statement. So I'm saying if x is equal to 20, do you understand? Break it for me. Stop. Break. If x is equal to 20, break. So if I run this guy, it's not just run like that. I have 1 to 20, break. Do you understand? I can decide to say, okay, immediately you are doing that, let me go and create a list up first. Let me create an empty list first. Up. Let me call that empty list number. Number is equal to what? An empty list. There's nothing there. Do we get? So around this place, I can do it, I can put it anywhere. But I'm not putting it inside my if statement. If this if statement is another block on its own. Yeah. So this is where I am. I'm saying once you look over it the first time, append to add it to numbers, the empty list. I'll say number. Are we following me? Dot append. Append what? X. Do you see? Number dot append X. Then when you are done, you can print. When you are done with the whole while loop, that's like I came outside. When you are done with the whole while loop, print what for me? Print number for me. Can we see this? So let me run this. Okay. Let me run this guy. So after it has gone through all this guy, it has appended it and it printed it into a list for me. Do you see now? Sir? It's the condition. If it is equals to 20, break. That's why 20 was not appended. If I want it to show 20, then I'll take this append up. I'll take it here before it gets to that condition. Do you understand? Let me run this now. Let me comment this print X. So I'll just get my list. You can see that 20 is now showing now. So I appended it before the condition. Exactly. So I need to round up. Should we talk about for loop today before we go? Let's talk about for loop. For loop is not hard. It's also simple. But for loop is not based on a condition. But for loop iterates over a sequence. So this guy that we did here now is a sequence. Do you understand? This is a list of numbers. It can be a list of numbers. It can be a tuple. It can be a string. So that's what for loop does. So this is how for loop works. Okay, this for loop. Let's look at this guy. I believe these names that are here, they are not in this class. I have SQL students. List of names of the SQL students. I have John, Alice, Okpeyemi, and Chooks. Do we get that? But I want to create an app that welcomes all the students when they come. Okay, this one is not welcoming them. This one is just saying that this person is a student of SQL. This person is a student of SQL. Do you understand? So I'm saying for students, now, this is the way for loop works. You use your first statement first, for. Then you create a variable name. You will just create a variable name. That's all. So I'm saying for students in SQL students. Do you understand? For students in that list. Do you understand? Print students. So what this variable is doing, that the first time the variable is going to the list, is taking the first item in the list, is putting it inside of a variable called students. It will do whatever I want it to do. Go the second time again. Take the next item, Alice, put it inside of students. Did we get that? Till it finishes doing it over that sequence. The sequence is exhausted. It will not stop. So I can come here now. If I run this guy, you see I have John is a student of SQI College of ICT. Alice is a student of, see the list is exhausted. Do you see the way for loop works? I know JavaScript students will be like, it's normal to them. How many people knows JavaScript? So there's not too much difference. Once you know one programming language, the only difference is the syntax. It is still the same thing. So even if it is JavaScript, the only language that might look quite different is these low-level languages. Low-level languages like C++, C#, assembly. So those languages, they are not pure English like this. But Python is a high-level language, so most of the syntax are easy. Python, JavaScript. It's only Java. Java is not high level like JavaScript. Right. So that's all. Let's look at one lastly. Let us have a range of number. We have something called function. We have a function called range. Range of 0, 20. So I said x is equal to a range of 0 to 20. That's the meaning. 0 to 20. But the way range works is that range will not provide 20 for me. So look at it. If I just print range naturally, I just say x is equal to a range of 0 to 20, and I said x, print x for me. It will just tell me range of 0 to 20 until I use a for loop over it before I see those numbers. So once I use a for loop over it now, you can see for number in x, print number. Do you understand? If I run this guy, then I have all the numbers 0 to 19. It will not print 20. I said a range from 0 to 20. So it's taking 0 to 19. Do you understand? Eh? It's taking the 0, yes, because I said from 0 to 20. Give me a range of number from 0. Start from 0, stop at 20. So that 20 that is stopping at is not printing it. Do you understand? If I want it to print 20, then I'll change this guy to what? 1. 21. So with this viewpoint of mine, I guess, or I think I am able to convince you, and not to confuse you, that Python is the best programming language. Thank you.
All right, so very soon we're going to be moving to the next section, but before we go into the next section, we'll take a 10-minute break. 10-minute break.
Is this okay? So I can see what you have programmed. Okay. Last
Okay, let's take a 30-minute break and then we'll come back and start verify people class. Who's excited? All right. So this is 12:20. By 12:50, I need you to get more 12. Which one? Because exactly by 12:50, you have verified people class. So see you by 12:50.